Welcome to episode 1 of our survival world. I did some off-camera mining and we've got full netherite. Not really. This is randomized survival, where blocks are actually other blocks and it's all just confusing. But I think we've got far enough that we can start on automating things, but not in the way that you'd expect. We're going to start by making a cobblestone generator, which is actually going to be a carrot farm. Along with that, we can turn the carrots themselves into gold and make a proper sustainable golden carrot farm in this world. To make a cobblestone generator isn't as simple as you'd think it would be. The water and the lava are the only things that stay the same. Everything else we're going to have to go a bit out of our way to get our hands on. So let's head off. One of those, one of those, one of those, and you, and we get this. Wait, what? So I've already made the cobblestone generator. It's just a simple system of this wall updates when it connects to the cobblestone that's generated, which activates the piston and sends all of the cobblestone off just how we need it to. And then we can mine it to get carrots. We now need a way to store some of these carrots and not store others, or I can just do this manually, but it would be much more interesting to do it automatically, because if we plant these carrots, they turn into raw gold, and then we can smelt the gold, and then turn it into golden nuggets, and finally get some golden carrots. I was hoping there might be a better way of getting the gold, because something in this world will drop whatever zombie pigmen are meant to drop, which would give us golden nuggets straight away, but I haven't found it yet. For the time being, we can make a pretty solid food farm just by using a cobblestone generator. I never thought I'd be saying that. So if we grab our diamond hoe, and we've already got some water here, so we can just use that. And we can make some farmland around this. I'll put it a little to the side because this is going to be all inside of our house at some point. And once again, I can't start on the house until I've got the blocks that I want to use to build it. And I have no idea how to get some of them. So all we need to do is take some of this and then we can simply just... You don't even need to wait for them to grow it. And then all we need to do is smelt them. And just like that, we have our golden food supply. Of course, I've not thought about the fact that we also need fuel. I have fuel, but I need to find a good way of getting it infinitely. One of the best things about this world is everything will slowly get easier because we'll find what more and more things actually are. So for the time being, the only good way of getting coal would be to make a ghast farm, or to get it from something that drops a lot of things, which means from a chest drop, which means that we get a lot of excess nonsense, but we can always make use of it. So from having a quick look in the notes, the easiest way to get our hands on coal will be to make a bone meal grass farm, because tall grass gives us coal among other things, and then all we have to do for that is put it in the furnaces to get our gold and then turn it into nuggets. And once the auto crafter is in the game, in the next update, we can automate all of this, but until then we've got a little bit of work to do to get our golden carrots. So all we need to make a grass farm is bone meal and dispensers, and we can get both of those over here. Oh, staring contest, who wins? So we get one of these and a metric ton of these, and that gives us a ton of creeper heads, and that finally drops bones. Another thing that we're going to automate at some point. Now all we need is a platform to grow our grass on. Right, so now we load this up. We'll obviously need to make some system to dispense it, but that should then cover this area in grass, although we need tall grass, so this doesn't work. I'm going to have to dispense it from underneath, which means I need a new dispenser, because that one is now that. While we're waiting for the grass to grow, we may as well grab as many carrots as physically possible. This is taking forever, so I think I'll just cut a corner and grab these gold blocks for now. And bloop. That's just a few stacks. That is a much better food source. And it's just the beginning of what nonsense we can do with this world. Golden carrots are already sustainable in vanilla Minecraft, so we've just skipped a few steps. But in other farms we're going to be making, like a ghast farm with a skeleton farm, those are going to drop some interesting things. There's a very long line of chaos ahead of us. And would you look at that? It's actually working. So now we can get our hands on exactly what we need. And it's interesting that it only grows when there's nothing on this block, but it can generate tall grass on other blocks. To fully automate this, we'll just have pistons pushing this whole platform side to side, but for the time being that is easily enough. So I'm very much looking forward to when we have a better coal source. You know, thinking about it, I should have done this first, because we've just got all the bones we needed. And there's also a ton of golden apples in here, so we could probably live off those instead. And now to stop this incredibly annoying noise, we're gonna need 2 pistons just so we can push this into and back out of place. And now we got our properly full grass patch. Get rid of all of you and stop this incessant ticking. And what? Oh, I placed buttons on a piston, right. But finally. You know, this build looks surprisingly normal. There's not any strange blocks really, apart from these buttons. This one, I had to use all sorts of craziness. At some point in this world I will definitely make an absolutely ridiculous looking build just because we have such high... just because we have such an easy access to such rare blocks like ancient debris. We can get that wherever we like. So it'll be interesting to see what happens if we build with the easiest to get blocks in this world and how hideous it'll look. But that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed this chaotic machine, and I will see you all in the next episode. Goodbye!